Thought I was poetic at school, but I was a funny, and I read Carol Ann Duffy, then gave my love an onion. She said, "What's this about? Rob got Gemma a bouquet." I said, "I got one better, babe. I made you a mixtape." Tape, she said. I mean, seriously, ever heard of an invention called the CD? CDs, I said, don't have that sound. They're cold and digital, but tapes, my God, they're warm and soft and individual. There are all kinds of unwritten rules, and you must take so much care when selecting tracks to commit to spools. You can be like Baudelaire. You use lyrics and tempos to decide what goes in. It's multi-layered, like that onion you've just thrown in the bin. Well, I don't know if she ever did listen to that cassette, because the next week at a party she got off with Dean Labette. Oh, how I cried, how I sobbed about my darling love's betrayal. Then I challenged Dean to fisticuffs and with my hands did flail, but he just laughed, pulled down my pants and pushed me down the stairs. I looked to friends for sympathy, but it turns out no one cares. Oh, pain. Oh woe, oh misery, oh anguish without end. I changed my username to White Othello on MSN. When I went back to school I wanted to depart. Couldn't get out of PE for my broken heart. I had an epic ballad as my excuse note, but Mr. Bentley ripped it up and called me a little scrote. I bombarded her with flowers and so much desperate verse I gave till her B corridor locker looked more like Jim Morrison's grave. Those smiley-faced potatoes they served up in the calf seemed to open up their starchy grins and let out a mocking laugh. I stalked the halls all dressed in black. I haunted common rooms. I experimented with dark nail polish but got dizzy from the fumes. I didn't care about my classmates or their social apparatus. My English teacher said I was like Heathcliff. Whoever that is. Then one night, after one too many beers, one beer, I ran across the town. I took a bag and set up camp outside my ex's house. The lights were off and it was quiet, but I knew that she was in though. I took a stone and gently tossed it in the direction of her window. It was then I realised how much we were like Romeo and Juliet if Juliet hadn't topped herself but got a hickey from Dean Labette. After 10 minutes of throwing, no response or anything thereupon it, so I cleared my throat and belted out my favourite Shakespeare sonnet whilst jumping up and down on her dad's Fiesta's bonnet. But it was hard to compare thee to a summer's day with a big old dad chasing me up and down the way. I was going to move on to something by Geoffrey Chaucer, but then Dean Labette pulled up in his brand new Vauxhall Corsa. I wanted to walk up to him and lamp him in the knackers, but luckily she got out just before her dad attacked us. We walked away from the fray and sat down on a curb. It was there I told her everything, epilogue, prologue, blurb. I said, even though I'm smart and you're not the cleverest, I would climb any mountain for you, up to and including Everest. I'd trek across the tundra, I'd swim the deepest ocean, across the hottest desert without my Factor 50 lotion. For you I'd fight the hounds of hell and drive the devil crazy. I'd rearrange Orion's belt to spell out your name, Tracy. If my love were a liquid, it would fill up the Grand Canyon. And she said you should have thought that before you put me a fucking onion. Thank you.